fucking Friday.
That's how you know you're still alive. You know what day it is.
One of our fans pointed out, I was like, you used to yell Friday at the start of this nonsense.
Which is kind of cool because that's some shit we've been doing like way back when this was double digits.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Damn, thank you.
Yeah, well, fucking Mead Metal MMA podcast where we get together once a week, talk about the important shit of the day. Everything else doesn't matter because, if it's not on those three or the shit we want to talk about, frankly, it can fucking wait till tomorrow.
Or that's a nice way of saying go fuck yourself.
I didn't say it.
No, I did. I like saying it.
Yeah.
And apparently Ruben feels like if he doesn't say it when he's on the show enough, then he's not representing you correctly. And I respect that. I really do.
Come my tagline. You got dirty hair. You're like, you feel lucky, punk.
Yeah.
And you got me. It's like, go fuck yourself.
and Ruben knows you for that.
Well, there's worse things to be known for.
That's very true.
That fucking Subway guy that was banging kids and shit. I mean, you don't want to be known for that.
Dude, I was watching Super Size Me today, and he was on it.
Jared, right?
Yeah, Jared
They
Fogle.
went to Jared.
Like, they went to Jared.
That Jared that you go to is the Diamond.
No, if it's Diamond Jeff, you're going to see a pederast and you go to Subway, apparently.
Popped up in my Facebook memories last week. Was it Facebook? Might have, I don't know, fucking something. One of those little things that tries to make you nostalgic for shit.
Yeah.
I think it was actually an app out of fucking Verizon because it was one of those like, hey, do you want to make a print of this? Like, fuck no, but it's hilarious because it was like 4 or 5 years ago, and they'd put a great big paper sack over it, and somebody in Sharpie wrote, "Not Jared." Right where his picture used to be on the fucking menu. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even fucking lying. It was like not Jared, some goddamn worker, some dude making minimum wage made my day.
Well, see, that's the beauty of people that slave because they know they have to slave. They have to make their own fun, and that's a way of making your own fun.
It's appreciated.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time in my job. Fun. Yeah. The bad thing is no one ever there's no payoff.
Yeah, it's kind of hotels kind of really. That's quite internal, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like when we had the we have the hot breakfast shit out there now, which is it's not that the food isn't safe; it's just not any good. You can't point me in the direction of any hotel that isn't attached to a fucking casino that has a good breakfast.
Yeah, you sent me a photo, by the way.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow,
which may or may not be the cover of this podcast. We'll see.
It made me think. You know what? I'm glad I'm not in the food service business anymore because that's terrible. That's the worst. That's the worst fucking conjoined issue of weird pans and things that over a steam bath or whatever you guys are using.
No, not a steam bath. It's just a heated element with bright lights.
Well, that's even worse.
I mean, it keeps shit hot. Because I put my finger in everything to make sure.
Let me ask this then.
Trying to keep it clean.
Who's running your pot shack? Who is it cleaning dishes and things of that nature?
You're looking at him, son.
Wow. So this is a fucking end-to-end
It's me getting
deal.
fucked. Yeah, I get fucked in the ass hither and yon. Because people view the night shits like, well, they don't do fuck all nothing. Well, we only do what you fucking forget to do. And now we actually have more shit that we have to do and keep an eye on to make sure your transition into your morning shift goes smoothly.
You know what they're doing? They're basically testing how far they can push every one of you fucking people clocking in, clocking out.
Yeah.
And if they can push you this far, they're like, they haven't quit yet. All right, well, fuck, maybe we can get them to fucking do this too.
Well, fuck, man. Pretty soon it's just I'm going to be the original. I will have officially been the guy that's at that hotel that has been there the longest.
The OG. Well, who's been there longer than you?
The boss, who is transitioning into
she's getting ready to fuck
parenthood,
off,
and then after that she's off to the Holiday Inn.
And you're a fucking old man. You're the old man of the totem pole. Yeah.
That and there's 2 housekeepers that have been there longer.
They don't count. Well, I don't mean like as humans.
No. As far as front desk tenure, no, I get it. But yeah, it's going to be really weird.
How's your week? How's your week?
Well,
I'm trying to go as old school as I can.
I was already getting into it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I felt like, my goddamn, I missed an opportunity.
You got to chime in. Yeah, this new hot breakfast has been instituted, which apparently I'm the tits at because everyone came to me to ask, how do you cook your eggs? I was like, ooh.
Well, it makes you wonder what they were doing, huh?
No, I didn't have to wonder. They told me.
Well, I hook a skillet to the back of my Jeep, and I go around doing donuts in the parking lot till the bottom of that skillet gets hot.
I like friction because it feels more, natural. And I want to keep this breakfast as organic as possible.
No sheepskin for me, son.
It's fucking... They microwaved like this big bag. Because, did you ever watch like that show, How It's Made? You ever watch that show?
Yeah.
And
the unfortunate thing is I've been in that business before, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I mean, but they showed an episode about eggs where the good, pretty eggs go off to be put in cartons and sold in stores, where the bad eggs get fucking crushed up and put into bags and sold to people like me.
You're a good egg.
So
I'm a bad egg.
These were okay
little goody
eggs.
Two Shoes. Little goody. Okay. So went Army of Darkness on
I
him.
was going to say, you're going Ash's fucking clone here. So they microwaved this entire bag, right? I don't know how they fucking did it. I don't know how the microwave got the job done, but they actually did it. I know they did. They didn't outright admit to it, but they brought it up. So at the bare minimum, they fucking thought about doing it, but I know they did.
Well, what was the internal temperature then?
I have no idea. We don't have a thermometer.
God damn, you're just waiting to get, well, not you personally, but your bosses are waiting to get sued. Cool.
Yeah, because cool. I know, I know how to cook fucking eggs. There's a hot plate back there, and hot plates work great if you're cooking mass quantities of eggs.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, I was told, your eggs are the only ones, one, that I will eat, and two, that look normal. And I was like, that's because all of you are cooking them in the bag in a microwave.
I'm so bothered by this goddamn conversation right now.
And we have bacon. We got bacon.
Yeah.
But it's basically...
You can't fuck that up. It's already been cured.
No, it's already fucked. But it's already fucked because it's that goddamn bacon you get at like a fast food joint when you get bacon on your burger. It's that kind of bacon.
Oh, it's that weird crispy Canadian bacon,
It's
but not quite.
It's only crispy because we overcook it in the microwave.
Yeah.
But
isn't it already like crispy brown in the bag?
It's already cooked,
right?
But it's not fucking crispy or nothing. It's cold and greasy.
Yeah. Well,
so when you add
and it all reverts to the same.
When you add the microwave to it, then suddenly you're getting the magic of the crisp. But then you burn the shit and it's inedible unless you're just staying at this hotel and it's a free breakfast. And we're still doing the sausage and gravy. However, we can't do it with crock pot anymore because apparently that's against the rules.
But microwaving bags of eggs is fucking kosher then.
Well, I don't know how many people know about that. Hopefully the Board of Health ain't listening to this podcast tonight.
So they don't want a crock pot. What?
I don't get it. That has sustainable heat to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, shit still gets hot in this thing. Believe me, that thing gets really fucking hot. I can't even put tops on things. If I reach in to get off because I don't have a glove and I'm stupid, it'll burn my fucking hand.
What about like liners, like crock pot, like maybe it's the direct contact with earthenware, but
I don't know. I have no idea what it is, but it's basically the same concept of what we're doing.
Right.
Only it's not hot enough to cook. It's hot enough to keep it in that wheelhouse of not getting any bacteria in it that isn't given to it by a fucking traveler.
No. I don't know. There's so many weird laws in this goddamn state. First of all, there are too many. But sometimes I can appreciate some other ones. Like, I don't know. Like maybe don't microwave a great big-ass bag of fucking like egg product.
Yeah, maybe put a little heat to it because it's the only thing we have on our breakfast menu that's raw, that we have to prepare.
Well, okay. I fucking certainly have brought this up before. If you're staying at a hotel that you're getting a really cheap deal on, are you going to cross that line and like eat there too?
The only things I will ever eat at a hotel are things that are already wrapped. I'll have oatmeal. Oatmeal's cool. Fruit I'll have to check out.
Box of cereal that,
Oh, we don't do boxes. We do the trough with the auger thing that just funnels it into your fucking maw.
No.
Or like a cinnamon bun. But I won't do bread. I certainly won't do fucking waffles anymore.
Got my sugar smacks better be in an individual box.
Fuck that, man. We got either or. It's Frosted Flakes or Raisin Bran. So it's for old people and then everybody else.
Not enough options.
Yeah. However, we did do away with the breakfast sandwiches, which people were really bummed out about. Because I was like, that was really the only thing that was okay.
It's mind-boggling to me. Look, I get it, man. If you're like here, like on a working contract, and your fucking employer's like footing the bill for your hotel and shit like that, and like, hey, if you're here to make money, the fucking last thing you want to do is spend money. I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But man, if you're here to like see family or fucking see the sights of Dallas,
man,
sorry, I tried to get through that with the straight
You would
face.
be amazed. There was when I got in Monday night. The breakfast Tuesday morning was the busiest fucking breakfast I've ever had to encounter in my life, because every working group that we had there decided to leave that day. And when that happens, they're not under any time frame or constraint to like have their breakfast, not on the eat and run shit. They get to hang out. And I had put the bacon out. I bet you I made 4 to 5 plates of like fucking 2 dozen pieces of bacon.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm not fucking, cutting the hog and curing the shit and
You're
frying
generally
it.
going to get sick off of fucking bacon.
Yeah, but the thing is, they consume the living fuck out of it. And I have 3 other jobs I'm doing. Remember when I said my business card was already full and didn't have enough room for any other titles? Well, guess what? Fucking chef is on there now.
Good for you.
I'm the Eggman. Cuckoo.
So should I go out and get you like a chef's jacket for fucking Christmas this year?
No, I wear, we have this Ecolab coat that we were given.
Okay.
That's kind of like a doctor's coat. I wear that. And it has a woman's name on it, so it's even funnier.
And you guys all share it?
No, it only fits me.
Okay.
Because they got it like 3 sizes too big.
That must have been a large lady.
No, actually a really small woman.
Oh,
but they
okay.
just gave her the wrong fucking thing, like a 3X. I'm like, oh, I can fucking wear this and look really cool.
Yeah, there you go. Rocking your, look like Kramer with the fucking meat machine in Seinfeld.
Make sure I get enough beard hair and everything to make it flavorful and happy for everybody.
Got to make everybody happy.
That's
Gotta
right.
make 'em happy.
Outside of that, we had apparently a woman overdosed in a room yesterday.
Okay.
So that was cool, but I wasn't there for that. So I just got the
normal
news.
for Dallas, right?
Fucking sadly normal. What else we got? We had hired this new kid that I had met at the meeting that I'd bitched about a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I'll withhold his name because apparently this kid's a real piece of shit.
Oh.
Hired him, trained him. I didn't train him. First person we've hired that I haven't had to train for shit. So I'm like, I wonder how this kid's gonna do. Works as he had to work a Friday and a Saturday. Apparently the Friday didn't go well because he was trying to get a hold of the night auditor from fucking Best Western to find out how to make room keys.
Oh, wow.
And then the second day he was spent flirting with said person.
Oh, right on. Roses are red, and violets are blue.
But this bitch is married and her husband might come after you.
Oh, wow.
Which was basically the threat the next morning to our boss. Like, look, that little asshole gets a hold of me anymore. I'm sending my husband over there to beat his ass.
Wow. Well, but clearly the romantic streak in this fellow is quite long, right?
Well, yeah, clearly. I mean, I can appreciate being hopeless romantic, but when it conflicts with your job, of which he said was far too overwhelming, so he had to quit.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
You know.
For sending poetry?
For sending prose of that nature. No, he thought this job was going to be really easy. And goddamn it, it is. But you have to have a modicum of a fucking work ethic to get it done. You work in bursts. I'm not constantly working for 8 hours, but for 2.5 to 3 hours, I'm busting my balls off.
Right.
The other 5 are spent getting goddamn prepared for that or doing shit that didn't get done during the day. And I'm done.
All right. Well,
How was your week?
Mine, man, I'd love to go on and on about my job. My problem is, like, if anybody even heard what's on my mind right now that was, like, even tangentially involved in the fucking employment that I have, I'd be fucking shown the door. So,
we'll have some cool shit to talk about later.
well, yeah, it's fine. With every tempest is a hell in a tea kettle or whatever the fuck the saying used to be.
You goddamn poet.
My problem is that politics is starting to really wear on me again, and we're not even into the 2020 election fucking shit.
Yeah,
yet.
we ain't even getting hot yet.
Well, here's where things are at, because you and I stand around and we'll bullshit about things on occasion. But
politically?
Yeah.
But
it's
there's
not
never like this is my hard
but
stance.
it's not a hey, isn't Trump great, or hey, fuck Trump, or anything. It's none of that. It's just usually like common sense kind of shit, or usually shit that's kind of important to you and I individually. It's like, hey, they ought to fucking do this. You know, I mean, whatever.
All I've ever said is everything Donald Trump has done hasn't affected me at all.
Right.
That's the only truthful statement that I can make.
Well, as it turns out, some of the people I know would say, well, that's clearly a Trump supporter then. I got called a Trump supporter and a fucking libtard all in the space of 1 week.
By the same person?
By different groups of people.
Oh, shit.
If you're clearly on the left side of the political spectrum, I apparently appear to be a Make America Great Again cat. If you're on the right side of the spectrum, I'm clearly trying to take your guns away from you.
Oh, so you got insulted from both sides.
Both sides.
While still basically just being fucking
me, bro.
unaffiliated in every way.
Unaffiliated.
Politically unaffiliated.
And removed from the fucking system, really entirely.
God, people.
I do have I am registered to vote, and my card does not say Republican or Democrat on it.
Yeah.
But
I'm politically binary.
Here's the weird thing. Would you feel it weird if somebody came up and asked you what your religion is? So what's your religion anyway?
I wouldn't feel weird because the answer is real easy for me.
Yeah, but I mean, but doesn't that seem like some shit that should be?
It's a pretty ballsy question to ask if you're just asking out of left field.
Or if somebody said, hey, don't mind me asking, but how much money do you earn a year?
Oh, yeah, no, that's fucking getting into way more private shit than your religion.
But shouldn't your political views probably be about the same?
Not these days.
Well, here's the fucking problem I have. It's because I can remember a memory kind of came rushing into me a couple of days ago. Back when I was growing up as a small child, I think I was 5 fucking years old, and it was an election that was going on. We had a junior high school back in Indiana. From our property, you'd walk down the happy little trail through the woods, across a creek, and through the rest of the woods, and then you're on the fucking junior high school property.
Yeah.
It was kind of a rural setting, sort of. So it wasn't. I mean, I'm making it sound like it was right there. But it was kind of right there. It kind of was. I mean, probably a couple of 100 yards, 300 yards probably from our back door.
Wow.
If I'm guessing.
All right.
But through the woods, across the creek, there it is. And
to grandma's house we go.
That's where I did all my fucking raising and shit like that until I was probably 11, 12 years old, something like that. But they had elections there, and they had 2 portable units, instruction units outside of this fucking thing, and that's where they would have their polls. I remember distinctly my parents were like, I always asked a lot of questions, and when I didn't get one of these upside the head,
one of these,
so I would get this thing. I was like, well, why don't you guys vote all the time anyway? Well, as it come to find out, because my dad would always vote Republican and my mom would always vote Democrat. I think I have it the right way.
Wow, split household.
Yeah, so they'd always say we don't vote because we just cancel each other's shit out. So there you go.
That's not a bad way of looking at it.
Right.
Especially if you're just like, I'm voting for whoever the fuck's rocking this color this year.
Well, yeah, exactly. Now, back then, they didn't have red and blue. Fucking that shit didn't exist. That's actually a modern fucking
That's because we didn't have 5-hour, 12-hour coverage on TV.
Well, that's the whole thing. And people are dumb. People are stupid. Now, I was like, I don't want to announce what party I am. I like the color blue. So whatever. That's fine. That's the way
same reason people like the Cowboys and the Broncos.
People in ancient Byzantium fucking thought the same thing. They had 5 parties. They all fucking carried fucking crazy flags around. And like, yeah, I'm a green guy, or whatever. Same shit.
Why it's got to be a color? It's always got to be about bitch-ass color.
You have to bring it down to the most stupid, simple thing.
Something so easy to get behind.
For the most simple and stupid people in your population.
Yeah.
But the thing that was crazy about this whole thing, so I was fascinated as like a 5-year-old child that, like, wow, there are 2 political parties. That's crazy. I couldn't get my head around it necessarily, but to find out my dad belonged to one and my mother belonged to another. I thought that was the wackiest shit I'd ever heard. And so anyway, but the reason both of them turned out to vote this one time, the principal at my elementary school, where I was a kindergartner at the time, the principal, she's got to be long dead and gone by now, Mrs. Foudy was her name.
Foudy.
Her husband was running for county office of some kind. Maybe a county commissioner or I don't know. He was running for something. But anyway, both my parents liked him, so they both said, yeah, we'll turn out and vote for you. Okay, cool. So we get over there, and there's a great big-ass line out in front of these portable units, 2 different polling places and shit like that. Fine, great. Well, so since I was kind of a dumb little youth, and one of my parents had to stay outside, and kind of keep an eye on me, while the other one inside voted, and then they had to swap out.
Yeah.
In this case, my old man went in first. He went in, voted, came out, a while later because these lines were long. Comes outside to look after me, and my mom goes in to vote. And I'm just kind of hanging around, like, hey, who'd you vote for, Dad? He's like,
People don't like to say.
No, that's fine. But
weird.
But one of our neighbors, a guy by the name of Mr. Schaefer, lived across the street and down from us on Carlisle in Indiana, but was standing there. I said, hey, Mr. Schaefer, who you voting for? And my dad grabbed the goddamn back of my neck. And he had like really huge hands, and the hands had a lot of strength in them.
Had that old man strength.
And but I found out right then and there, I was like, holy shit. Apparently asking somebody who they're voting for ain't the cool shit to do.
Yeah, that's paramount to like asking a bra size or something.
Something like that.
I don't get it. You're going to put a goddamn bumper sticker on your pickup. Why can't you just say, yeah, I voted for that guy that I support?
But see, that's the crazy thing. That's where the crazy shit comes into play is that, so in whatever it was in the 1970s, I wasn't allowed to ask a neighbor who they were going to vote for because my old man felt that voting required and demanded respect and that
and
your
respect
political
means
views,
secrecy.
Your political views are your own. Keep them to yourself. Go in, cast your ballot however the fuck you want to do it, and walk out and then consider yourself to be a good citizen because you did your deed to maintain our great republic.
I blame fantasy football.
I blame fucking social media.
Oh, well, yeah.
Now that you got fucking Facebook, you got a bunch of goddamn mouth-breathing retards that are out there saying, hey, well, if you voted for Trump, you're this. Or, hey, if you fucking vote for fucking Elizabeth Warren, you're this. Or whatever the case might be.
Yeah. It brings out the best in people, if you ask me.
I think the fatigue factor settles in, and it's going to settle in even harder this time now that I've remembered that one little tale from my life as a small child.
Right.
It's nobody's fucking business. It's nobody's business.
The thing is, though, people these days don't ask. Everyone just lets everybody know now. Because it's so easy to let everybody know fucking anything.
Right above, like, hey, I'm proud to be from New Mexico because I was born and raised here, or whatever the case might be.
Hey,
right above that, on points of pride should be who the fuck your political party is because nobody fucking cares. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing to anybody.
Yeah.
But if that's how you want to identify who the fuck you are, find better shit. Be the guy that builds goddamn, airplane models or the guy that likes to mow his yard every couple of days or whatever. You do that. Nobody gives a fuck about what political party that you claim pride in being a member of. There are only two of them really that matter worth of shit in this country. And then you got the fucking people like myself that just are there just to kind of offset the cart
you
a little
motherfuckers. Bit, Well, it's turned into us versus them, and it's a winning thing. We like to win. People like winning. They hate losing. So if someone like football, 49ers lose, everyone feels like they lost, and they didn't even fucking go to the game, let alone fucking participate in it. It's all about that. It's all about us winning and those other assholes losing.
You're not wrong. It's a sports fucking mentality, and a mentality of, hey, it's either us or it's them. You know what that shit causes? It causes fucking civil wars. And knock the shit off, you bunch of jackasses. Nobody cares what political party you belong to. If you want to belong to one, cool in the gang. But by the way, you're the fucking dinosaur. More and more people are fucking signing up to vote. They're not claiming a party. And fucking God love them for it because the problem is that nobody gives a shit about your weird little Nazi bullshit. Whether you're fucking Republican, Democrat, I don't give a goddamn.
Right.
Because if you're taking pride in it, it's like, I'm going to vote the same way all my other friends do. Well, look at 1936 Germany. It's the same shit. 1936.
I was just doing some little background music for
across
your
this
rant,
goddamn table. But it's legitimately something that's fucking pissing me off.
I agree, man.
It's pissing me off,
I
man.
agree.
I don't give a shit how you vote. I don't. I really don't.
But it what pisses me off, it's being pushed on us like a U2 album.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like Apple. Like, here's an album. Go fuck yourself if you don't want it. Here it is.
Like I was okay with YouTube before that happened. I was like, bitch, you go fuck yourself. How dare you even assume to think I would want this?
I was thinking, you
know me.
Give me my choice of U2 albums. I'll take Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Yeah.
Joshua
Tree. Joshua Twee.
But no, that piece of shit that I don't even know.
Electric Boogaloo. What was it called?
I don't know.
Something dumb.
I don't know.
It was like, hey, here's this free album and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's worth the price of
admission. It's now the most widely released album of all time. Yeah, because you fucking forced it on us.
Right.
How many people actually listen to that fucking thing?
I'm saying it's a Harvey Weinstein fucking moment of forcing music on you rather than physical so
that means we get to join the Me Too movement.
There we go.
I was musically raped.
I'm going to go hashtag U2 Me Too.
U2. Oh, man, we might be able to start some shit with that one.
Bob will come over here and he'll fucking immediately pull some IRA shit on us.
Yeah, either that or maybe the Edge will come over and give us a couple guitars and we'll eBay and make some cash.
Or the Edge can come over and we'll give him a guitar lesson. That'd be good too.
Ooh,
that'd be good too.
There's a slam.
Well,
leave your effects pedals at home, son. We'll show you what it's all about.
A little accuracy. Do you remember the thing they'd had Jimmy Page, the Edge, and fucking who was the other cat? It was like three of them. And it was kind of huge here.
Jack White.
Yeah. When Jack White is not the least talented goddamn guitar player on a stage, you got to reassess what the fuck you're doing.
And he's the funny thing is, he was the biggest asshole on the stage.
Sure.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, let's...
I guess we should start the show.
Let's get into some of the shit.
I believe I said start the show.
Let's go ahead and start this show. Yeah, Mead Metal and MMA podcast. Let's talk about the Mead update first of all, and we actually have an update for you this week. Yes,
yeah.
Sons to
well, we had one last week, and now we have another one.
Yeah, we'll have one this week. We'll have another one next week. The week after that. Let's
so the day you all fucking die. It's gonna sound like that.
Need any whiskey?
No, I'm actually I'm sipping this time. I'm not shooting.
Show's brought to you by Bullet Rye. Handed down the nectar of the heavens down to yours truly.
If you're drinking the Bullet bourbon, put that shit away.
Yeah, you could probably use it to get rid of ants. But then go out and get yourself some Bullet Rye.
Yeah. It'll change the way you think about life and liquor. Meat update. We yanked out a big bag of green chili last night because its time had come. That thing has hit fucking peak perfection.
A little over, but that's what we want. We always aim for a little over because the honey is going to come in and do its magic. Green Man, we might be bottling maybe a week from tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Clearly the procrastination is strong in this one.
Well, of course, but it's liquor, so it really, procrastination does nothing but good things.
So if not next week, then the week after, definitely. So within 2 weeks, Green Man is going to be bottled, the 2019 version. Fresh green chili, not the roasted. So it doesn't have it doesn't have that smoky flavor to it.
And it's right from the Mead Hall's own very goddamn garden.
Yeah, I went out and picked
very
that
own
shit.
Goddamn garden.
I went out there and picked that shit like 5 minutes before we dropped in the mead.
And it shows. It really shows in the flavor. This one is far sweeter.
It's very sweet. Now, if you're somebody that's like, I'd like to drink your mead, but it tastes too much like something that a man would drink. Well, you know what? Actually, the Green Man, I think, is going to have a bit of a sweet note to it.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the heat or the smoke, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
I think it's a great thing.
This might be a bottle of Green Man that everyone will enjoy, because that's really what we want.
I mean, as much as we would love to be able to make it as hot as possible and make you have to go and do the trots to the goddamn porcelain gods. As funny as it is, but it's
that's what troublemaker's for.
But it's not doing anybody any favors. So
true.
It's
delicious, but we know what the wheelhouse is, and I think we're damn close to it.
It's and that's why I'm confident that we can bottle it next week or week after.
Yeah, that thing's drinkable right out of the bucket.
It's ready to go right now. Now, having said that, clearly, as you know, our mead gets better with more time. So, hey, if you want to go ahead and throw us a little donation for our efforts, and and then crack that thing about the time that Thanksgiving rolls around, or Christmas or Boxing Day, then there you go. The
do they have Wrestling Day as well?
I think that's actually the one where like the servants and the lords swap places, right? December 26th.
Ooh, yeah, the day after Christmas.
Yeah. That's what Boxing Day is.
I learned about that from Bob and Doug McKenzie.
But they never explained it.
No, I just knew there was a wrestling day and a boxing
there's
day.
Not a wrestling
They don't have wrestling day? Is that what Boxing Day is?
Boxing Day, it's I don't even know why they call it Boxing Day, but that's where the help swaps places with the Lord of the Mat.
I didn't mean to derail us from Mead to Canadian holidays.
Yeah.
My bad.
Tell us about the Holly King.
Holly King. Gosh, well, we didn't crack that open last night because that thing,
No need.
as we said last week, is sailing towards brilliance. We're aiming towards like end of November to bottle that.
Well, you know how Thanksgiving is on a Thursday. They have Black Friday the day after that.
Yeah.
We'll have Holly King Saturday.
Ooh. Well, that'll be 10 and a half, almost 11 months of just chilling.
Yeah.
Man, can you
Yeah,
imagine?
well, we maybe get some small little tags made, so if we cross past the, into the new year, we'll just get a really tiny little sticker, and we'll just put on there called Reserve.
No, we do everything by hand. We'll mark that out with a Sharpie and just write 2-0 after that shit. We good. Yeah, Holly King's coming along great. Maybe greater than even I thought. I was afraid we were going to leave. I even thought a week might have been too much for the juniper berries, but apparently if you let that fucking mead hang out for months and then add it,
Well,
week's perfect.
That was the idea.
Week is perfect.
And juniper berries are dangerous because if you do leave them in too long, the alcohol will start to break down the berries, and it'll make your fucking mead. It'll turn your mead into gin, minus the high alcohol quantity ABV. Because I'm assuming that's the only reason people drink a lot of gin is because you can get really drunk really easy.
Yeah.
Well, this would be when you'd have to drink a half a bottle of the fucking gin tasting shit.
God, gin just... the only gin I ever drank was Bombay Sapphire.
Bombay Sapphire's not bad if you leave it in the freezer.
It's the best I ever had. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to keep it ice cold so you don't taste shit.
I went through a phase. Somebody got me like one of these box sets they have for like Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
Bombay Sapphire with that and a cool martini glass that kind of
nice.
had a weird like dark blue fade to glass.
Oh, cool, yeah.
It was really cool. And I went through a phase, and I went out and I bought some vermouth.
Ooh, you fancy bitch.
Yeah, indeed. Suck this. And that was like when Moon Sorrow's album came out, the one before last.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I'm sitting around doing what I do, listening to that, and I pour a little vermouth into the martini glass, pour it into the sink, fucking pour the gin in there straight out of the freezer. Perfect.
Oh, so just a hint of the vermouth
Yeah, you just
left
wanna-
on the glass.
You just want to line the glass, inside the glass.
All right.
Well, unless you're a vermouth guy. If you want a little extra, just a little sweeter, yeah, then some vermouth, I guess. But really, I just move it around the inside of the glass, dump it out.
Wow.
If I'm doing martinis,
Notable.
that's what I do. Well, anyway, so that was great, and it went on for a while. I even went out and bought another bottle of Bombay Sapphire a couple of months later, a couple of bottles of vermouth, really, by that time, right up almost till my birthday. And I'm sitting around, and I'm probably about 15 martinis in or something like that. A lot.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm sitting around, and I'm trying to figure out some reggae shit that I'd had on fucking iTunes. And I was trying to figure out
Perfect timing.
A playlist, and I reach over and bump that goddamn glass, break it on my desk, which then rains down martini straight into the keyboard.
Yeah. Well, it was just keyboard, at least.
Well, in which
If it
case...
was a laptop, you'd have been fucked.
Yeah, well, I immediately start holding it upside down, shaking it out.
Plug it.
And
put
actually,
it in a bag of rice.
Worked okay. The one side effect from that, the enter key didn't work over here. I had to use one of the number pad key.
Ooh, yeah, that's inconvenient.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny, though, if you're a tightwad like I was at the time. I made that shit
it work. Yeah,
I made it work. I was just constantly like a fucking right pinky finger, constantly, move it over there to hit that fucking enter key.
You program it enough where that feels normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. So that's where we're at on the Mead.
And your Bombay Sapphire update.
No, there you go.
Damn, revealing truths.
Yeah. What's the one drink, the one liquor you'll never touch ever again that you basically enjoyed to indulgence?
Canadian Hunter.
So a cheap whiskey?
It's, Seagram's makes it. I'm assuming it's still being made.
Canadian Hunter's still a thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to kind of be a cheap knockoff of Crown Royal, kind of. or Seagram 7. It's the dregs of that. I mean, probably if you're going to serve whiskey in prison, that's probably the one, I guess.
Either that or make it yourself.
Right. I mean, because that's the thing. No, because I mean that's the thing. Like a lot of people making like that weird bathtub gin would probably. Oh no, that's good. I'm okay. I don't want to incriminate anyone, but when I was 16 years old, I had a friend buy me a bottle of Canadian Hunter because I had $12 and I was wanting some Jack. I take it back. I had a 10 spot.
You had a tenner.
That's my lunch money for the week, so I didn't eat lunch all week. And
wow, I used my lunch money for stamps, like a stamp collection for my 4th grade teacher. I didn't use it for liquor.
What an odd fellow you are. All right, but anyway.
I was a weird cat.
Yeah. Well, and if I'd start getting short on cash, I'd just go out and bully somebody and take their lunch money. So that's...
You motherfucker.
Well, it's free market, right? So,
it was the 70s.
It's capitalism. Oh, well, that shit was like late 80s. But yeah, that's...
you son of a gun.
But anyway, so a very person very close to me I had like $10, and I was wanting a fifth of whiskey, and this individual said, "Are you sure you don't want a pint? Because that's what we usually drink." I'm like, "Oh no, I would like a full fifth.
I want more. I would like to have more, please.
I want to get so drunk I'm stupid." And that, which really at the time didn't take a whole lot. Well, so this person went out and. Well, and that's the thing. I had the option of Jack Daniel's Green, or
Jack Daniel's Green. What the fuck is that? Like a rye off shit?
No, Green Label. Green Label's like it's.
I know Johnny Walker Green. I didn't know Jack Daniel's made a Green Label.
Yeah, I think they still do. I mean, it's like shit's like aged like 3 years. Because the Black Label's aged 7 or something like that.
Oh, so it's a cheaper Jack? It's like Jack Red Label, like Johnny Walker Red Label is.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. If you can't afford Jack Daniels, don't buy Jack Daniels.
Well, see, but I was like 15, 16,
well,
something like that.
See, you need to be taught better by a proper alcoholic.
Well, yeah, I mean, this individual tried to really, really play the pad. I was kind of the pad one. I know, I get it, but I didn't care. I was. I
want a lot of liquor. You have to learn, right?
So this individual had to actually go track down a fifth of liquor for $10. And so the ending result was Canadian Hunter. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut to the end of the tale because, frankly, it was myself and my nephew, and we were drinking this shit down like we were like Old West goddamn card sharps, because we were playing a little poker, sitting around. I'd had this like Wells Fargo brass fucking spittoon, so we're sitting around like, ding.
Damn, you're getting everything. You're getting the endorphin rush of a lifetime.
Yep. And so we're working on this, and I'd had like some special like little stainless steel shot glasses I'd picked up from like a pawn shop or something. Anyway, so we're sitting around drinking this, and I looked at the bottle. That fifth is like half gone, and I'm feeling fucked up.
As one should. Because are you mixing it, or are you just drinking it right out of the bottle?
Just straight.
Oh, well, you didn't say like a bunch of outlaws. Outlaws don't use sarsaparilla to mix
into
their whiskey.
That's right. No, we were just straight up drinking that bottle. Well, anyway, so then after a while, as one does, the more you get fucked up, the more you kind of lose course of what the fuck's going on, especially if you're kind of a young person. Indeed. If you're a young person and you're throwing back more than you've ever thrown back before. And I don't know. So what happened was that apparently I would pour a shot for my nephew, pour a shot for myself. I would throw back a shot, and then I'd take a big old swallow off the bottle.
You foolish youth.
Yeah. So by doing the math, I probably drank 3/4 of that fifth, I think. Somewhere in that ballpark.
Of an 80 proof whiskey.
Yeah.
Of questionable origin, but still
But
valid.
Anyway, so it got to the point where then the old puking gnome came to visit. And
did you initiate, or it just came of its own volition?
It made its own appearance,
Wow.
Like Andy Dick at a Hollywood party. It just kind of showed up, and kind of showed up when nobody wanted it to be around. That's kind of where that was at. So then the individual that was looking out for me ended up dragging me out in the yard, so that way I could throw up out there, and then trying to make sure that I didn't pull a John Bonnet.
And who wants to clean your shit up indoors?
Yeah, right, exactly. So,
I've had to do that. Several
laying out
fucking
under
times.
the El Paso skies with a light rain falling on me, I thought, well, life can't get much better than this. Actually, the opposite was probably true. I probably couldn't have got much worse
I'll
than
never
that.
drink again.
No, I mean, I wasn't swearing it off. I was a dumb little 15, 16.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'd take a lot more to take it down.
But yeah, they, so, then they'd set me up with like a waste basket, right next to my bed where I could yak into, which I was not. I would turn and promptly, spit. I had like a big old king-size bed. So my nephew was on the other side. I'd turn and spit on his ass, the whole time. And, well, there it is. So I can't drink Canadian Hunter.
I'm going to wrap mine up in about 30 seconds. I can't drink Parrot Bay anymore because I drank a handle of it that had been in a cabinet for 6 months in the summertime and proceeded to try to punch a hole through a mailbox. Almost did it.
Oh, that was your goal.
But it wasn't it was one of those like mailboxes that was for several people. It just happened to be right in front of the house I was drinking at the time.
Well, got to have your fun. Right?
Next day, coconut rum or rum.
Anything that's sweet.
Yeah.
That shit's simple syrup with
dude.
rum in it, dude.
Especially when you drink like a liter 0.75 of that shit.
Yeah. No.
Let's get on to metal. Now that I feel drunker talking about this shit.
Well, let's go ahead before we get into anything on the metal side. As we do every week, we get the lowdown from our good friend LJ, letting us know what's going on with the new releases for the week.
I didn't think he was going to get one to us because dude was busy having a great time seeing Iron Maiden in Albuquerque last night.
Well, we talked shit, but that only showed that we were jealous, and which we truly are.
Well, maybe I'll talk about it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the metal portion of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. So, we're ready for about 5 minutes of tastiness? Cool, all right. First, we have The Agonist. The album is called Orphans. Now, it's very atmospheric and super heavy. I'd classify them as extreme metal. The vocalist is a female who has death metal style yells, but also sang pretty melodically, so check that out. As I Lay Dying has a new album called Shaped by Fire. First of all, I gotta compliment the drummer's epic beard because it looks like Tom Arias from Slayer. Also, it's pretty extreme for what I presume is metalcore. They sounded awesome, and the video for the title track was pretty fucking amazing, so check that out. Next, we've got Being as an Ocean. The album is called Proxy and Animo Story. A-N-I-M-O Story. Incredible sound from the song Play Pretend. It's a cool jam you can enjoy without thinking too much, and it's engaging too, so yeah, check that out. Blink-182 has an album called 9. Now, I haven't listened to a lot of Blink-182 from their punk shit, but they sound like they've matured a lot, and the songs I heard off this album were really cool and slower than what I expected. So, it's not saying that it's not Blink-182, it's Blink-182, it's just grown up Blink-182, so it's not a bad thing. Every band kind of grows up every once in a while. Either that or I haven't kept up with them. Coffins, their album is called Beyond the Circular Demise. Noisy is how I would describe the album, and super heavy and down-tuned. Never heard of them, but I'm very certain that besides Hemisaurus, this band has the lowest pitch I've ever heard in a band ever. Super fucking heavy. You've been warned. It's about as death metal can get, like times 10. Next up is Cult of Luna. A Dawn to Fear is the name of the album. People on YouTube are nuts about it, and I see why they like it. I'm not a fan of screaming, but it's very well put together, and if you're a metalhead, which you should be if you're checking out this part of the fucking podcast, you should go give it a listen. It's very heavy with a hint of melodic, so that's a win for me. Next up, Ex-Hoarder. The album is called Mourn the Southern Skies. Now, first of all, the album cover is badass. Second of all, the title track is also very cool. I'd say it would fit well into the end credits of like a horror movie. Has a dark, creepy feel to it and builds up to what I can only describe as 90s Pantera and Metallica hybrid. So check them out. Frankly, I thought they'd be heavier and darker, but it's really cool to see them do a slow headbanging track. So yeah. Next up is Cadaver. K-A-D-A-V-A-R. For the Dead Travel Fast is the name of the album. Heard a couple jams from the new album, and it sounds like hard rock to me from like the 70s. Like something you'd jam while you did chores and sang along to. It's pretty damn good. I like what I heard a lot, so check them out. Also, they kind of look like ZZ Top in the videos that I watched. Next up, we have Cobra and the Lotus. The album is called Evolution. Another album worth owning, hands down a great collection of hard rock tracks with a female singer. It sounds really good, so check that one out. Next up, Michael Schenker Fest, whatever. Album is called Revelation. Now, for a guy who was in Scorpions and UFO, it sounds like it. He has that classic 80s glam rock sound that never gets old, and both he and his music have aged pretty well, so yeah, go give that one a listen. Next up is Monolord, No Comfort. Listened to the full album, and I was happy with what I heard. It has an early 70s heavy metal sound that I really can't say I had a problem with. If that's your cup of tea or a bottle of booze, then check this band out. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Black Sabbath, and yeah, it's in, like some heavy Zeppelin. Next up, we have Motionless in White, When Love Met Destruction vinyl re-release. Now, this is the first time I've seen an album this extreme on vinyl, but I've lived under a rock. I checked their album out. They're a metalcore band that thankfully doesn't take themselves too seriously. Reminded me a lot of All That Remains, but with more screaming, which, if that's your thing, then this is your album. Then there's a band called The Number 12 Looks Like You. The album is called Wild Gods. First of all, the fuck kind of a name is The Number 12 Looks Like You? Like, do you want people to find your shit or spend 3 minutes typing the name of the band out? Sorry. Anyway, the new album is heavier than shit and louder than fuck, and their video makes no sense whatsoever. I actually kind of like them. But you gotta give them a good listen to get a feel for what they're about. They're kind of everywhere all at once, and I mean that quite literally. Like, it was screaming 1 minute and then cool the next. So, calm and clear and clean. All right. Next up, Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. Living the Dream Tour CD DVD combo. Or separate, I don't know. I've heard of Slash, and I'm pretty sure you have too, but I've never heard of Miles Kennedy till today. And, well, let's just say Slash knew what he was doing by working with this guy. Unlike Metallica, who made an entire album with Lou fucking Reed. Rest in peace. Anyway, it's an epic watch, and you should pick it up. My wife is a huge Slash fan, so I know she would love it. Wouldn't you, Neva? Next up, we've got Snow Burial. The album is called Ostrava, and these guys are... I don't know where they came from, but I dig them. They're a blast, and they sound cool. And with a name like theirs, I expected them to be like wall-to-wall blast beats and screaming, and boy, I was way off. It's heavy metal, and it's slow and tasty. And finally, Earn, Iron Will of Power. Now, the album cover looks like Eddie from Iron Maiden fighting Cthulhu from Metallica's H.P. Lovecraft shit, but it sounds like really, really black metal, so I think you'd like this. And that's your metal releases for today, so go check them out, spend some money, and rock the fuck out. Take it away, Kevin and Brandon. Laters.
Insightful, as always.
Man.
At least
I got some real fucking heartburn from that last shot I took.
At least the dude is. I mean, man, if I was in Albuquerque last night, I'd be fucked if I was going to get you a segment for today.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why someone's like, dude, I it's greatly appreciated, but the last thing I expected you to do is like record a segment after basically going to seeing one of the titans of fucking metal.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Shit. I'd still be basking in the glow of that. If I'd gone to see Iron Man last night, I would have told this podcast to go fuck itself.
Man,
it's stealth.
And I wasn't sure that's one I would want to go see. Fucking Bill Burr on his podcast confirmed it that was one of the better shows that he's seen.
Metal
man.
Injection had commented that's like, listen to Bill Burr be a huge fanboy talking about Iron Maiden. I listened to it, and I thought it was pretty dope.
That dude's a drummer, and he couldn't shut up about how great the Dave Murray was. Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Dave Murray, man, that dude is still top of his fuck. The dude's got to be what, mid-60s, early 60s, maybe.
I think so. Either the earlier, right smack fucking dab in the middle. Dave Murray?
Yeah. If only I had a device in front of me.
You got a fancier device.
I really kind of don't. It's kind of nice.
62.
Yeah. It's an iPad. It's fine, but I don't type as fast as somebody with a keyboard in front of them. So.
Well, 110 words a minute, motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go. You'd be a good secretary in any office.
I would. You could.
Do you have anything on the metal side for us to really get into this week outside of Mono Lord having a new release?
I have to be honest, man. Because yesterday is usually Thursdays is when I listen to shit. and yesterday was used for a different purpose. One that it was just it was a day I didn't get a lot of sleep.
Right.
So as far as music goes, Monolord that I heard that I came in here, that was my favorite.
Yeah. No, it's I kind of dig what those guys do, and they're pretty regular, like clockwork, about every year and a half, a new release. Now, this is the second new release they've had since we started doing this podcast.
Right.
If not the third. I don't know. I'd have to go way back in the annals of the early part of the show, or annals, I guess.
In the anuses of time. It I don't know. Musically, I'm just so goddamn focused on the end of October.
Yeah, because we're 5 weeks out from today.
Yeah.
So we will be at a Tool concert.
Yeah,
so
we're going to go see Tool. And apparently that entire tour is sold out.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, back east, it kind of took a little longer on a couple of dates. But, man, the one in San Antonio, it was sold out. I'm not bullshitting you. 50 minutes. Not even an hour. 50 minutes at a pretty big fucking arena.
Yeah. Well, it's just so goddamn close to other big cities that missed out. Like
because
Austin, Dallas.
Well, Texas kind of got a little fucked, if you're not, if we're being honest. San Antonio and Houston, that's it. Those are the only two in the entire Lone Star State.
Oh, man. But that outside of that, then you're playing 3 dates in Texas that are pretty goddamn close to one another. So you have to make a choice.
Yeah.
And Houston and San Antonio are probably better than going to Dallas.
No, they didn't even have one in Dallas.
That's what I mean. Then, making one of those Dallas.
Right.
Because that's the only other one.
Right.
Are they going to go to Lubbock after that? That would have been dope. United Spirit Arena, Tool, there.
Yeah, we're not talking about Robert Plant. We're talking about Tool.
That's what's fun. That shows you right there. That shows you that Robert Plant has now officially hit that time in his life where he's like, I'm cool playing arenas that I can fill to half capacity because half of it's fucking blocked off to be like an amphitheater almost.
Man. And I want to try and talk shit about the guy. I want to see
that. I'm talking shit about
I want to see Robert Plant like 20, 25 years ago. I don't want to see Robert Plant in 2019.
He's one of those that I've accepted I missed out on.
Yeah. And I think that's the right way to do it. I mean, because he can't go high range anymore. He's an old man. Shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's got like a chorus of female singers that hit that, and then he's taking the lower octave or lower harmony. I mean, it's fine. Still a fine show. It's not Robert Plant, man. Not the Robert Plant I know from the fucking 70s. I mean, it's fine.
Well, that's why my interest in seeing Metallica anymore has waned. Because they're not the Metallica I recall, I remember.
And you had kind of really driven that point home. I was wanting to go see that tour, and they did play Lubbock.
They played Lubbock.
But when I told you it's like $225 a ticket, or $210 a ticket, and you told me like, oh my God, that's terrible.
Last time I went to go see Metallica in Albuquerque, I paid $60.
Right.
That was on the Death Magnetic tour, and I got I had the Met Pass thing, like I was at the Metallica club, so I got like a meet and greet thing, got my little Guitar Hero plate signed, got way more bang for my buck.
Yeah.
Now Metallica are the biggest they've ever been, I think.
Sure.
So the biggest rock band in the world are going to command those prices, and people will pay them.
Well, and that's the thing too, is because with all these bands, the more time that goes by and the bigger they become, the more the ticket prices go up, but the less they really kind of offer, and especially their fan base. And that's, it is what it is. Likely as not, I should probably be getting a package in from the little fucking Tool fan club thing for.
I can't wait to see that.
With some swag there, and then the other thing I jumped in on because it sold out immediately.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to ask you about yesterday. What's the fucking
the CD?
ETA on that?
They were going to send it's supposed to ship the last week of September. That's next week.
Along with the Tool Army shit?
Maybe. I don't know.
That'd be pretty awesome to get it all together.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. So. We'll have a review on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
because I haven't even gone online to see what the fucking thing looks like.
No.
Or it in action.
Right.
I know what it is from descriptions, but I have never seen it nor have I seen it in action.
Once I saw that it was sold out, I was like, well, I don't give a shit at this point. Well, and then when they're like, okay, we're going to do a very limited run, one more, and that's it.
Like, fuck you, bitches. You knew you had more.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, we just found like 500 sitting under someone's fat ass. We're going to put them
Well, it
out on
wasn't
the
even that.
internet.
They actually went ahead and had more produced because they did feel they kind of fucked.
Oh, so they were initially selling some that really didn't even exist at the time.
Well, that's the thing. That's the whole thing. They'd say they would ship late September because they hadn't even had them, so they had to go and get more made. But it's but they were trying to maintain the value of it, so they didn't want to crank out a bunch.
Right.
But that's why I jumped in on it. I'm done spending money on Tool, by the way, for a very long time.
Well, goddamn, man. As far as like bands you love, there's not a whole lot after this. Unless something just knocks us off our ass. It has to knock us off our ass, though.
Maybe. I was already thinking about that because I started going, man, there's not really anything I want to see in this country because now at this point I'm probably going to have to go to Europe to some of their fucking festivals and shit like that in order to see the shit I really want to see.
We've talked about that for years.
Except for one thing. Word is coming out of, well, he's never retired, so you can't say coming out of retirement. Coming out of the director's chair and going back on tour.
Oh, Robbie Z.
Rob Zombie is supposed to be doing a 2020 tour. Limited.
In support of a new album.
Yeah. Limited tour, but man, less is more nowadays. And that might be my 2020 bucket list. I've never been a huge Rob Zombie fan. But
man, he puts on a great live show.
His show has got to be so fucking amazing.
He puts on a great live show. And not only that, the guy fucking also plays White Zombie songs.
Right.
So you're going to hear fucking Thunder Kiss. You're going to hear Astro Creep. You're going to hear the classics. You won't hear deep cuts like I Am Legend, although he has a goddamn guitar player to pull that song off. I Am Legend has one of the greatest guitar intros ever, in my opinion, in rock. And John 5 could fucking expand on it so much more.
That dude is solid.
But that Rob Zombie, I fell out of love with his music ever since Sinister Urge, which came out in 2001, I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, is there some bucket list shit you've kind of got in mind?
Well, musically, I don't know.
I almost feel like I have to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe, and soon, probably. But it's not. But it's not.
You should have knocked that shit out in '98.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But I mean, that's the problem. We're in 2019.
I don't know, man. Because there are a lot of System of a Down. I wouldn't mind seeing.
They're putting out something fucking new.
Bullshit.
Let me check it out.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't fucking believe it.
Yeah, Siri. Hey, Siri.
Hey, Siri.
System of a Down tour album. There we go.
Goddamn technology.
She's. No, all right.
No, this is working great.
She's fucking. Magnificent.
Here, let me try.
Do you have a keyboard in front of you?
Not only do I have. Let's see. The last thing, Metal Injection has a story from 2015. System of a Down to release a new album in 2017.
2 days ago. Let's see. Surge.
I know they have a European tour.
Yeah.
That's it. Talk of a new album I have not fucking heard of. Surge is not going to do it. It's not going to get done. That dude didn't even want to do the last 2 albums. And now they're just touring on the praise of the albums they've done fucking 15 years ago.
I'd probably still check them out. Probably yeah.
I've seen them. I've seen them when they were great.
Oh, okay.
I got to see them when they were touring on their initial album at Summer Sanitarium. They were the opening band.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean that's not a like, oh man, I got to make this happen. There's very few. There's virtually
that's what
nothing.
I mean. I'm having a problem thinking of a band outside of Paul Bearer.
Yeah, those guys are young, and that's the only reason I don't put them on a bucket list. Because like, man, I'm going to have my chances.
Yeah, but it's also a band that could die just like that.
Could. Yeah.
Elder's like that as well. Elder's band.
Those guys don't even tour that much, and when they do, it's such a fucking.
There are a lot of bands that I feel like we could catch all on the same bill. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they do like a Pagan Fest or something like that in this country, or
that fucking festival they do in Vegas.
Yeah, let's look into
a lot of Doom shit there.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well get to MMA
if we have to. Okay.
Well, we do. We have to.
Right.
It's in the name.
There were fights last weekends, and there were some fights coming up this weekend.
How do you feel after the Gaethje Cerrone fight? We talked about it a lot last week. Do you
it
feel
doesn't change
like
for Cerrone. I
you,
think
you don't think Cerrone's stock is hurt at all with 2 TKO losses in a row?
that guy is who he is. A third one, man, he's going to be a guy. He's a Chuck Liddell guy, though. He's going to be a guy the promotion.
Oh, absolutely.
The promotion has to go, hey, bud, let's talk this over.
Yeah, but God, man, as long as Cerrone draws cash, which he does.
He does. That dude, that's the thing. His fan base isn't going to drop off like, oh, this guy sucks now. That's not his fan base.
Yeah. Oh, fuck no. No, I only get pissed at him for, like, posting shit about hunting and fishing and not training. But even that, I came to I was like, this is just who you are.
Yeah.
And I have to be a fan of it or tell myself to fuck off.
That's right.
I think
Gaethje's kind of give him one big marquee fight and then start really kind of taking a look. The only problem he's 155, right?
He's lightweight.
Well, better at 155 than 170 because 170's locked up, 185's locked up.
Yeah.
155 is not as locked up as you might think, even though Khabib sits at the top. But you got to put on the Khabib-Tony Ferguson fight.
That fight fucking has to happen.
You have to.
It's been planned 4 times, and we're 2-2 on the people that fucked it up. And 2 for Tony and 2 for Khabib.
Now, barring an injury in this shit, if this promotion doesn't make that fight, this becomes the Mead and Metal podcast. Because goddamn it, I'm done with the UFC. If they don't give Tony Ferguson the fucking fair shake that they've been trying. Look, I understand shit happens. Goddamn, that guy stepped on some cables, tore a goddamn ACL or something like that.
Blew an ACL because it was icy.
But I get it. Just weird, crazy things go down. You have to make that fight. If you allow Conor McGregor to come back in out of the ether and get a fucking rematch against Khabib just for that money grab, you can go fuck yourself. I'm out.
The lightweight division still has the potential to be the most entertaining division the UFC has to offer.
If they would let it be that way. But I'm not talking about make weird, crazy changes at the top. Fucking follow the course of action you've been doing in most other divisions. Let Tony Ferguson get that shot. Hey, if Khabib wins, cool in the gang. Give Gaethje a shot. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, after that, it's been established that Khabib's the man.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he beats Tony. Now,
that's a goddamn if.
That's a tall order for either man. These are 2 tall orders.
Yeah, man.
I agree with you though, man. If they don't make that fight, they're fucking shooting themselves in the foot.
I'm literally going to become very disinterested in the sport. I'm gonna have to take a sabbatical.
Yeah.
If that happens, if it
well,
happens,
you can tell our interest in this has waned as the weeks have gone by. The action's been great, but the matchmaking's been shit.
I hate to put it on Sean Shelby, but that's the guy that's supposed to be making this stuff happen. Now, every once in a while, that dude fucking strikes gold on an entire card.
I agree.
But here, I guess the thing is because don't give the people what they want because more often than not, those aren't going to make great fights.
Occasionally they do.
Sometimes.
But when they do work, they make money. They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like people, Nate Diaz made the people clamor for Masvidal and him.
Yeah.
And now that is the most, I'm fucking greatly looking forward to that fight. I'm just glad to see Nate Diaz is sticking around instead of coming in, fucking making that bank and then bailing.
Man, if we watched the fucking the little scrum they'd had yesterday, right?
Where they shit the bed all over it.
It was almost unwatchable. It
was
really,
terrible.
And
terrible.
and even then, I still wouldn't recommend going back and watching it. If you haven't seen it, man, get the highlights.
Reels.
Get the highlights. You don't want to watch the full 25 minutes of that nonsense. But things I came away with: Dana White never thinks anybody's asking him questions for some goddamn reason, and Nate Diaz apparently hadn't talked to Nick. Apparently.
Yeah, that was the weirdest revelation of them all. Like,
yeah, you're going to have Nick in your corner? It's like, yeah, well, if anybody talks to him, let me know. Throw it out there. Tells me that's
kind of weird.
Tells me that Nate doesn't talk to Nick. I mean,
but that's not necessarily bro friction. They just might not fucking hang out all the time.
It might be.
They're 2 very powerful goddamn egos.
Could be that weird Stockton thing of fuck. I don't know. All right, let me let the dog.
I was going to say, I think Miles is letting us know it's time to get to those picks.
I got you, boy. Let me let you out.
Well, while he's doing that, I'll go ahead and get to mine. I'm just drinking beer and rye. There's a country song in there somewhere. It probably isn't going to be a good one. There'd be auto-tune in it, though. I'll tell you that.
And steel guitar.
Auto-tune and steel guitar. Will that make me rich? in the country world these days?
Make you Taylor Swift if you grow some titties.
Awesome. That shouldn't be too hard. What are you drinking?
Rye. Nothing but rye.
Good man.
Bull rye.
That bullshit diet still.
Well, yeah. Man, there's some positive things coming off of that. I've got more fucking energy.
There are a lot of negative things coming out of your body, though.
Not really. No more than usual, actually. Now that this thing's kind of actually moderated itself, all things are good.
Fucking A, man. What are you jamming?
Gonna be. I feel like fucking. We haven't done anything Alice in Chains related in a while, huh?
Been a while.
Nothing off of Rainier Fog. So for those haters among you still around from last year, I'll
go fuck yourselves if you're still here.
First of all, go fuck yourself. But yeah, we'll maybe close with a little Alice in Chains, maybe.
All right, I'm
Power Man.
No, I'll go System of a Down's first album.
Okay, well that seems apropos.
The Hand album, the best album. Well,
I'm going to have to ask you on the next episode or somewhere later down the road, though. I mean, do you even want a new System of the Down?
No. I can answer that right now for you in 5 seconds. Yeah. Absolutely not. I'm good.
Okay.
Surge is a cunt. He can go fuck himself. Everybody else in that band's okay.
All right.
Surge is a cunt.
All right. Let's see. MMA fights. What the hell you got going on? We got a card.
There is a UFC Mexico
tomorrow.
City card tomorrow. The main event is Yair Rodriguez fighting Jeremy Stevens at 145. Who you got?
Yair.
I'm going to pick Jeremy. I think he's going to rebound after that Aldo loss.
God, he's got to do something.
Yeah. It's 145, man. It's basically who's fighting for the chance to fight Max.
Yeah.
And even those two are at the fucking bottom rung. So, should be interesting.
All right. Well, that's it for another episode, friends.
We did it!
Stay away from the Canadian Hunter.
Stay away from Canadian Hunter. Any crystallized thing that isn't salt. And
go fuck yourself. That's it.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves and go get drunk.
Well, or don't do what we do. Oh yeah, wait, actually,
do what we do. Let's go get drunk.